Hello YouTubers, this is a update on my Dell. I call it the Dell because this thing is just a nightmare to work with sometimes. I'm sorry Dell, but this laptop has quite a few issues. Anyway, yeah, this is a update on my Dell. I moved my cute little Dell over there. Yeah, it's just being the good little Dell that it is. You can really push this Dell, like a laptop that was specifically designed for Windows 2000 running Windows 7 Pro is quite a difference there. I mean, what you're talking, I want to say 9-year difference between Windows 2000 and Windows 7, I want to say. Or maybe 7 years. I'm not quite sure. It's between 7 or 9. But still, that's quite a far jump for this Dell. Yeah, anyway. Let's move back on over to the Dell. It still does not have a hard drive in it. I don't know if I put a video up on this Dell explaining exactly what the problem was. I'll just give you an update. Even if I did, it'll help for people that haven't ever seen a video for this Dell. The hard drive that was in here was a 120 gig SATA 2 Fujitsu hard drive. And it had Windows Vista Business Class on it, which was a total piece of crap. After a while, I just got rid of it, put Windows 7 on it. It lasted about a month and a half or so on Windows 7 before the hard drive just nuked itself and gave me the click of death. So I removed the hard drive, and you can't put the cover back in until there's a new hard drive in there, because it screws into the hard drive on the side. So, yeah. If I ever save up enough money, I might put a new SSD probably in my Asus, and then move the 750 gig hard drive that's in there, or 700 gig, I think. I'm a little mixed up, but move that hard drive into the Dell. Yeah, because running from a 8 gigabyte SanDisk Cruiser Edge flash drive, I believe that's what it is, works okay, but it's not going to last forever. It's only a temporary storage system because it eventually runs out. You can only do so much with 8 gigabytes of storage. Underneath it is a Belkin wireless adapter, in which I removed the cover because I hated having the cover on there because it just made it bigger and more bulky, and it pretty much blocked off the next USB port. So I just took the cover off, which also helps with keeping it cooler, because with this being in here, it gets rather hot while it's browsing the web for a while, like YouTube videos or like a live stream radio, stuff like that. Anyway, let's open this thing up. Yeah, it looks the same as it always does, my little Dell. Yeah, it's a Dell Latitude D630, in case you guys did not know, if you haven't seen any of my previous videos. This was a used business laptop when I got it. My dad bought it for me on my 15th birthday. Or wait, no, 16th. 16th birthday. That's right. Yeah, this was my first slightly modern laptop. It was nice when I first got it. It was pretty quick, but then hard drive started getting weaker, started slowing down, and it got issues like The Sims 3 on lowest graphical settings. It would disappear pretty much off of the face of the earth after 30 minutes of playing. Like, the screen would go blank and straight back to the desktop, so the graphics card has a little bit of issues, I guess. Or maybe it's just way too dang old to support it. I don't think it is. It's a NVIDIA NVS Quadro 135M. It's okay. I mean, it's a business laptop that's it's not really meant for gaming or anything, but you would expect it to play Sims 3 with just the basic graphic settings, but no. But maybe the crashing had to do with the hard drive, which it might have been. Anyway, let's move on with this because I only have a limited amount of time to make this video. I believe it's like 22 minutes, I think, with the amount of storage I was able to free up on the camera. So let's power this thing up. It powers up fairly quickly because it's running from a USB drive, which is almost like an SSD, but due to the limited data transfer speed, it's a little slow. There's the new Grub. I love the new Grub version. Looks a lot better than the other one, where it would say like Ubuntu, a whole bunch of things, and then it would actually say Ubuntu twice, which was kind of weird. The mem test works fine, which is great, but let's move on to Ubuntu. As you see, it flashes the NVIDIA logo. It's got the proper NVIDIA graphics card drivers on here. Now I gotta type in my super duper long password. There we go. Loading the desktop. And boom, there we are. It's gonna try to connect to the wireless. Usually it fails the first time. It'll pop up a little thing saying disconnected. You'll see. Yep, disconnected. You are now offline. And then it'll retry again, and then it'll connect, hopefully. Ubuntu, for some reason, does not like the wireless adapter that is in this laptop. I assure you the wireless adapter works fine. With Ubuntu version 12.04 LTS, I was able to get the proper drivers on it, and the wireless card worked. But I couldn't remember how to do that because I've tried using 12.04 LTS again, but I couldn't get the wireless card to work like I did before. Then I get a text. Sorry about the loud noise. Yeah, it browses the web just fine. That's pretty much its only purpose right now, is just to browse the web, play online streaming video, and YouTube videos. Plays back YouTube videos fine on 720p. Yeah, with a hard drive, it would probably be able to do full 1080p, hopefully. Yeah, I think the reason why it was never able to do that successfully for a while was because the hard drive was a piece of crap. Like, I'll show you the hard drive. I got it in my closet here. There it is. Yeah, Fujitsu, 120 gig, SATA. yeah, not much else to see there. Yeah, as you see, I do not care about this hard drive. It is dead. It is gone. I just hold on to it because I might make a hard drive speaker out of it at one point. But anyway, yeah, that's the old hard drive. I got my Razer all apart. I'm trying to fix it. The screens are not working. I think the ribbon cable got loose at one point. Because I loved my Razer phone. Razers were probably some of the most durable phones almost ever. Yeah, anyway, that's the old wireless card that was in the cute Dell that I replaced with another wireless card that is one model newer, as I said in the cute Dell video, if you haven't seen that. Yeah. So yeah, this Dell does great for web browsing. Here, I'll show you. Go over to YouTube. As you see, the ads and everything load up pretty quickly, so this thing is, it's pretty good for web browsing. Yeah, let's go to play hard, whatever. And I'll show you that it plays back just fine when it likes to work. There we go. Good Dell. Good Dell. But yeah, as you see, the pages load pretty quickly. Oh, gotta turn down that volume. Doesn't the Ubuntu sound remind you of the Mac volume? Just listen. It sounds a lot like the adjustment for Macs, which is kind of funny. I'm trying to get Linux on my old iMac G3 because you can't do anything with Apple OS 9.2 on there. You can't do a thing. But yeah, as you see, plays back just fine, standard definition here. I'll pause it, move it back. 720p HD. As you see, the wireless adapter is blinking. It's not as quick as I'd like it to be for buffering speed, but whatever. Yeah, it plays 720p just fine, but when it gets to 1080p, you get dropped frames all over the place. And I'll show you that it goes into full screen just fine, usually, as long as Mozilla doesn't crash. For some reason with Ubuntu, Mozilla likes to crash every once in a while. Don't really get why. But I'll show you that the speaker sounds a lot better with Ubuntu on it.
Just mop it. Show these gangsters how you pop lock it. Don't care what you got in your pockets. I beat the way that you rockin' with that thing. Girl, stop it. Wanna just bang.
Still the mono piece of crap speaker in there. Still sounds a little tinny at times. Sorry for the terrible camera work. It's really hard to work with the camera and do stuff with your other hand at the same time. I don't know. I have trouble with that, but I'll work on that. But yeah, this Dell works great for web browsing. As you hear the fan, the graphics card heats up at 720p. So yeah, it's not the happiest graphics card. Probably from crashing Sims 3 a lot. It's been having a little issues here and there. But ever since I reinstalled 13.04, I want to say, is the version that I have on here. I think it is. How do you check that with Ubuntu? I forget. Oh, about this computer. If it'll open it. There we go. Yeah. As you see, Intel Core 2 Duo CPU T7250 clocked at 2.0 gigahertz times 2, meaning 2 cores. Yeah, and there's the graphics card, Quadro NVS 135M, like I said. I can't believe I remembered that. Or maybe I said NVIDIA NVS Quadro. That would make a difference, but anyway. Yeah. Disk 5.6 gigabyte it took up a little bit of the flash drive for swap space, which is just fine with me. I don't really care as long as this Dell is working right. But yeah, as you see, it's running Ubuntu 13.04. So yeah, 13.4 is interesting. I hate of how you have to search for the new applications in the search. They're not on the side anymore, which is a little frustrating. I used to like to be able to go over here and open VLC, but I can't. As you see with Linux, it uses this little application, YouTube application. Don't quite know what that does. I'd like the camera to focus. 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 Good camera. Okay, yeah. I like the camera on this phone. It's pretty good. Especially since it's on a cell phone. It's not really meant for a whole bunch of hardcore video recording, but whatever. I wonder what it does with Time Warner Cable. Like the live TV streaming. I don't know what 13.04 is like with that. I've experimented with 13.10, and that's a little goofy with that, but this is 13.04. As I said many times, I am sorry for that. Let's scroll down. Yeah, it's very quick with scrolling. It's going to ask for me to log in. Here, I'll move the camera away so that you don't see it. Oh, by the way, this toothbrushes are actually very helpful with tech equipment. Like if you got dirty contacts with a card, just take a dry toothbrush, make sure it is dry, and you can just try to clean the contacts with this toothbrush. Yeah, it works just fine. So just make sure it's an unused toothbrush, because if it's used, you're gonna get like flakes of toothpaste in your stuff, and you don't want that. Yeah, anyway, I'll try. Might be angry at me that I don't have a proper plug-in. Remember me. Sign in. Yada yada yada, parental controls, blah blah blah. Install Silverlight now. Let's see what, forbidden. What? Does that even... You jerk? Looks like I'm gonna have to search it. Silverlight plugin for Linux. Oh yeah, it's Moonlight for Ubuntu. What for? Bullcrap. Right? What? 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 I don't... Just download. Mac OS X. Screw it. Other. Scroll down. Ubuntu. Aha. Let's see. Stupid scrolling. How do you... How... What? Damn it. I don't know how to... What? Why does it do the logon sound for a little bubble? That's weird. Anyway, I appear to be running low on time here. So, anyway, that is my little update on the Dell. Please feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.